I'm Supermoon Tarot, and in today's video, I'm talking to my Aquariuses. Hello, Aquarius. How you doing today? So the way this video is going to work for this week is we're going to be focusing on whatever is the most important message for you to receive. This is for my sun, moon, and rising, but it's just about the message resonating. Let's get started. I already shuffled the cards, and my spirit guides told me I should pull 6 cards. So, not a problem. Ooh, I love this. This is interesting. So, what's going on immediately that I want to point out, so I just want this to be nice and bright for you, be able to see all the cards and all that jazz. You could say this is your starting point in the 4 of Cups in reverse. It's really great because it shows where you've been, what you've gone through. It's like a huge compliment to like, good for you, you've made it this far. Let's keep going, but being aware of where you put your attention, because there is so much good fortune and promise, but a little bit of a warning so you don't fall back into some habits you worked so hard to get out of, essentially. So let's get started. In the 4 of Cups in reverse, I'm being told you came out of a time period where you were just without any ideas. You were trapped in what I would call like middle world thinking. This is when you keep being enticed and baited into responding to drama, gossip. I'm giving very generalized terms, but it's like when you keep being pulled back into reacting or defending into some area of your life. And essentially every time you engage in it, because it's too enticing not to either stand up for yourself or have an opinion about the matter, you'll notice that once you're done experiencing that activity or going through that mindset, you don't ever go anywhere. You just keep being stuck in the same situation. And then by the time you realize, oh wait, I'm not really going anywhere, a new enticing thing pops up. This can happen when we're frustrated with friends, and then before we know it, a year's gone by and all we do is complain about that one friend or something like that. I'm not saying that you were that way, I'm just giving examples. But during this time period, there was nothing really exciting to get your attention. And this wasn't just because of what was distracting you, but it just wasn't the right time. Nothing was really great. You weren't in the good news is that you weren't in the right state of mind at that point in time to receive anything. You would have not maybe given it the light of day. So it was great that nothing kind of came your way because you needed to just go through that. But also, eventually you were like, oh wait, I don't want this anymore. And you did a lot of important, you could describe it as like clearing out your emotional and mental wheelhouse, so to speak. You're getting, this is like going through and deciding who you're going to be friends with, who you're not going to be friends with. This is going on all over here, being aware of what you want to take on emotionally, not, and so on and so forth. And you really did a lot. I can see you worked really hard. There was a lot of proactive change that you should compliment yourself for. And it's honestly what gave you drive initially and helped you come out of this more apathetic mindset going on over here. See, in the 10 of Wands, this is you kind of this can be a couple things. In some cases, this is about you giving back other people their energy, their responsibilities they put upon you, and you saying, this is not my problem, here you go. I'm realizing now you put this upon me, and I just don't need to deal with this anymore. Here you go, I'm giving it back, it's not my problem. And you lightened your load. But it's also an example of you kind of facing the hard stuff that wasn't fun to look at and sorting it out in the, I said sorting like S-O-R-T, but I don't know, you could use it as a pun here for fun, in the 7 of Swords. This is you figuring out like, okay, when people like projected stuff on me over this time period that I've been caught up in, what do I want to keep that actually is going to benefit me in making decisions and ideas, and what like is just kind of like, what am I just repeating and not taking long enough of a pause to be like, do I even agree with this opinion? Or am I just agreeing with it because it was said enough times to me? You know what I mean? You really did a lot of hard work that many people, this is the highest of compliments from me personally. Many people spend their whole life making excuses or just don't want to face this. And you did, which is great. So essentially, you faced the hard stuff, it paid off, and now you're starting to kind of wake up out of sort of an awake sleeping type of coma state, and you're starting to feel passionate and excited, but you're also really, reflective. And this is where the sort of, I don't want to say warning, it's just, hey, maybe that's really great you're being reflective, but look over here. This represents you saying, I have come really far. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling appreciative. I'm feeling grateful. And that's awesome. But don't get distracted in just this feeling. You want to turn towards this really great, exciting vibe. I love what's going on over here with the Six of Cups. I'm being told by my spirit guide, this represents the idea of you dreaming and hoping for more and the promise of more. And your mindset no longer is in the state of either being totally empty because you're just nothing's like getting you going, or in a more like initially your passion was fixing and clearing everything up in your life, but now you have to evolve. I mean, I guess have to is kind of a strong word. It would be a good idea to evolve into what's going on in the Six of Cups is somebody who's seeing the possibility of what could be. It's sort of a dreamer's mindset, but not just a specific dream. It's the idea like anything is possible, and realizing what felt like you were trapped on an island, you now have a bunch of different boats to a bunch of different places, and you're ready to sail to any one of them. And you don't even have to just only pick one, but by taking on that mindset, you're essentially now ready to open up all these avenues. But it's important to not get reflective and being like, yeah, I'm not like that anymore, but really just focus every day and being like looking at every possible interaction you have with other people and situations and thinking, I got an ice cream. Like maybe you get an ice cream at like an ice cream truck for whatever reason. And then you think, but I could have gotten this one. And if I want in the future, I could make my own ice cream. Like you're just really exercising that part of your hopeful soul that essentially says to the universe, hey, I think life's amazing and adventurous and beautiful. I see it. You're happy to reflect it back to me. I'm ready to express it. And the reason why you experience it and receive it, the reason why you're doing this is you want the universe to reflect this back to you. And basically you're being told, you don't even know this, but this is a sort of dreamy mindset and attitude you're going to really enjoy. And by starting this sort of mental and emotional exercise, you'll bring it into your life and then you're going to look back once it becomes a reality where you're like, wow, I didn't even know, but this is exactly what I've always hoped to experience out of life. I love this. And this is in every avenue in life, which is really beautiful and fun. This over here is basically the expectation that, and that's what I mean by it's everything you've ever hoped it to be. This is the confirmation card into this. With the Nine of Cups, this is when just things really could not get any better. It's 130% of what you wanted and then some. You're happy, you feel amazing, you feel absolutely satisfied emotionally, mentally. You kind of go to bed just totally grateful without any sense of having to force it and be self-aware about life, which is really beautiful. It also puts out the idea that, again, with dreaming, because my spirit guide keeps telling me about clouds with you, that you want to take on the mindset of when you lay back and you look up at the clouds when you were little, that was a very dreamy, carefree sort of mindset. It was this openness that you're laying outside, you're having fun is happening everywhere, but there wasn't an exact sort of dream or idea. You're just kind of open to anything, but putting out the wish that you'd like to receive something, essentially. But the reason why my spirit guide is showing me clouds and kind of setting up that general idea and depiction is they keep expressing the idea that you have this mindset, or you should take on this mindset, but don't also just look up at the clouds and say, oh, there's a duck, there's a bunny. Be self-aware that if you want, you have the capability of creating your own clouds, creating your own mentality. So as much as you're going to be free and fun and see what happens next, and it's very dreamy, you're also allowed to say, well, that would be so cool if I could try out something wild like, bungee jumping or something like that. You're also allowed to put in your own insight as much as you're keeping it. We're talking about that nice, beautiful hybrid of you have more control than you think you do. You should keep it decently open, so you allow pretty much this dreamy, wonderful lifestyle to write itself to a certain extent all around you in every which way. But don't also get too specific or too laid back. It's a compliment of saying you are a part of this creation process, and you'll know when to step in and step back. And you don't want to basically it's like a compliment, but it's also like, again, a little bit of just a tad awareness or a warning that if you sit back too much, you'll enjoy what comes your way and you'll be having a good time, but over time you'll think you're just getting whatever the universe gives you. And you're just like, okay, I'm just going to get whatever I get. And this is basically, I'm being told by my spirit guide, you actually have more first-hand capability in manifesting specifics or what kind of direction you'd like it to be pushed towards than you are aware of. You want to be open enough because you don't even know some of the things you might receive that you're not quite sure what to wish for yet, but then at the same time, don't completely surrender. And then the last thing that's, again, a little bit of a warning is going on over here in the Queen of Cups in reverse. This is a bit of a reminder of the past, and in becoming too specific, and if you're too fixated, you're getting excited by all this good stuff happening, and you're getting a little too focused on your dreams, and you're all of a sudden like, oh my gosh, things are too good. There is the possibility to go back to sort of emotional unbalance when we have the Queen of Cups. But she only becomes emotionally unbalanced because she feels she needs to control and get really specific, and she's overthinking the whole avenue of how great things happen. And you need to be able to realize you've already dealt with this. Don't let this be your sort of crux or it's a familiar behavior that gave you some sense of illusion of control. Now, don't worry, it's not going to happen. Everything's going to be okay, but you are essentially moving forward into the future in sort of a balancing act. And sometimes the balancing act tips on us when we least expect it, when things are almost either too free, too specific, and you're looking for sort of an open avenue to explore. Again, it's not the thing, it's a thing you didn't know you needed. That's the main, overarching theme of this. So if you enjoyed this reading, please consider giving it a like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out the channel like you would not believe. I am wishing you the best, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!